It's a woman, Peter. The Socian's a woman. Melosa, Simchi. Astasasa.
Melosa Social. Is listis mestas is machine. Achas shaistis solus astos. Daestinis soasa social. Asta Jean.
Melosa Socianus, Jean.
Asta Bernie.
Melos, Bernie.
Asta Peter.
Melos,
Peter.
Peter.
Melosa Social.
Jean, Bernie, Peter. We are happy to see you here in Socialus. You wonder that I speak your language?
Oh, yes. No. Well, I mean, yes.
Varossa and others, they bring to us many of your books. We find quickly the key to these books. These are our thoughts. We have talked much of this since we found your beautiful planet. All your people have food and comforts, so we think that some of your empty land, a very small part only, we may have perhaps for living there. So I will write in your English language a letter to the Socian of Australia.
Oh, the Prime Minister.
Yes, you will give to the Prime Minister this letter by me.
Oh, my dad will, anyway.
Yeah.
My father.
You are very kind people. You will go back to Australia. Sinchi and Varossa will go with you. You will tell your people and your Prime Minister about us, that we are good people, not ignorant people, that we are people of peace and we wish to live only in happiness and harmony. You will say such things for us?
Of course.
Yes.
When we live with you on your planet, all our knowledge is your knowledge. We will share all things, teach each other many things. We have wandered in space many generations. This is not possible forever. Before I die, I wish my people to live on a friendly, beautiful planet as they were intended by nature. You wish to ask questions, perhaps?
No, I don't think so.
We thank you for your kind help. You are true friends of Socialus. We are grateful. In future, you shall receive a good reward.
We don't need any
We've
reward.
been doing a good thing.
Could have done the things that you...
Sinchi will tell you about your journey to home. Sa istis sinsa oslem sinsa Sinchi.
Sir, Social, sir. Come, please, we go now. Come.
Esta sa as melos Jean, melos Bernie, melos Peter. My people, I wish you all to study the English language very carefully, because I believe the great event that we have been preparing for is very close. Is very close indeed.
What's the matter, Bernie?
I keep getting cramps in this leg. I've never had it before.
Oh, so I feel this. What you call it? Cramps. Always when coming back to your planet is the same. But soon you will feel good. Will you not, Peter?
It's Earth gravity.
How far's the road from here, Peter? Do you know?
Oh, we should be practically there now. It's not more than a quarter of a mile away.
I think we're near a road now.
That's right. I knew it wasn't that much further.
Well, come on, let's rest here then. Come on, Varossa.
Oh, 1 minute, please.
This is the most fantastic story I've heard in my whole life. I don't know what to believe. I'm completely confused. Can this story that Adam has told me be true?
Of
course it's true.
Daddy.
You say you actually left the Earth altogether and went to live in this incredible satellite, whatever it is?
Soshunus, they call it, Daddy. Soshin is their word for mother, and Soshunus means motherland. Their leader's a lovely old woman, and they call her the Soshin.
I simply cannot believe it.
And Adam. Adam is one of these people?
Yes. His real name is Sinchi.
Sinchi?
That's right.
What about this other fellow, what's his name?
Varossa.
Well, you'd like him, Dad. He'd probably describe himself as a very humorous character.
Humorous character. Humorous character. Come in. Adam, do you realize what you did really amounted to kidnapping? That's a very serious offense against the law.
I understand, sir. I wish to say only this. In the position I found myself, I could do nothing else.
You had no right to do it.
I brought them back, sir, as soon as possible. They are safe, not harmed.
Don't you understand what it meant to us, to my wife and me, and Cannon's people? We were nearly out of our minds with worry. We had the police turning the country upside down looking for you.
That is why I wish them to write the letters to assure you. I am deeply sorry.
And you too. Give us this cock and bull story about some fantastic thing up in the sky.
But it's true, Dad.
It is true, Daddy. We went up there. We saw it.
Now, that'll be the two detectives, I expect.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Walsh, may I speak to you once?
I don't want to hear another
You're
word.
telling the truth, Dad.
Now, Jean and Bernie.
Adam will tell
I
you.
can't believe it. The two detectives will be coming in a minute. You can't believe them to believe something.
Back, just like that?
I appeal to you.
Teenagers.
Well, well, here we go.
Come in, gentlemen. This is Detectives Howell and Chisholm. They've been trying to find you, Jean, Bernie, and this is Adam Suisse and his friend Varossa.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was the big idea?
What idea,
Why
sir?
did you run away and hide all this time? Whose idea was it in the first place?
Well, it wasn't anyone's idea. It just happened.
This little joint of yours wasn't planned in advance?
Of course it wasn't planned in advance. How could it have been?
Then what about those letters? One from Venezuela, the other from Nigeria. Who's the stamp collector in the family, eh?
Oh, I used to collect stamps. Why?
Oh, was it your idea to use foreign stamps and fake the postmarks?
Honestly, I don't know what you're getting at.
We just wrote the letters and gave them to Adam to be posted. We didn't know where they'd be posted.
You're Adam.
Yes, sir.
Now, this little faked stamp trick was yours, eh?
The letters were posted in any convenient country.
Oh, now, you're not trying to tell me that the first letter was written here on the 9th of the month and posted in Venezuela on the 10th of the month the following day?
Yes, it was posted on the following day.
My friend, for your information, you can't get to South America from here in one day. Besides, we checked on all planes. None of you left the country.
Oh, but we did.
How?
By a sort of vertical takeoff spaceship thing?
A spaceship. And what have you to say to all this?
It is quite true.
You mean this story about a spaceship is quite true?
Quite true.
How old are you?
I cannot answer that. I do not know.
You don't know how old you are? What's the matter with you?
His memory, Mr. Chisholm.
No, sir, it is not the memory. I do not know how old I am because we do not have years as on this planet.
What are you talking about?
I am telling the truth.
Well, what's your name? Your real name. We know it's not Adam Suisse.
Cinci Chesistos.
Where were you born?
In Soshunis.
Where's that? What country?
In no country. It is not here, not on this planet.
What's your name?
Varossa Samastas.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I am not old, please. I am young.
Sisnis nestisiso osses.
Oh, so. This I do not know.
What did you say to him just then?
I explained the meaning of your question. He does not understand about age in years.
Well, just let him answer the questions in future, eh? If you don't mind. And you were born?
Born? I am born? Yes, of course I am born. How can I be here if I am not born? This is a very humorous question, no?
You'll find nothing humorous about it, my friend. I asked you where you were born.
Oh, in Soshunas.
Where's that?
Up there?
That's quite right. They were both born up there in Soshunas.
What do you mean, up there?
Up there in space.
Do I not tell you? Policemen is very humorous persons, no?
Look, this is the truth, and I'm not making it up. Jean will tell you, and so will Peter. There's a sort of a large satellite or moon up there.
Now, I dare say you're going to write a book about all this, eh?
It's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that, Jean.
All right. Send me a copy as soon as it's published. Meantime, you two will come along with me for questioning.
Are you going to charge them?
Yes. First with being prohibited immigrants. I'll prefer other charges later on.
I see. Well, you'd better go along with them, Adam, you and your friend. I must confess I can't work out just what's going on. Perhaps you're all, what shall we say, psychologically off balance. But please remember this. I was very angry just now, and rightly so. But I haven't suddenly become your enemy. I can't abandon you. If you need my help at any time, you've only to let me know. Understand?
Yes, I understand. Thank you, sir.
All right, come along, you two. Car's outside.
It's really rather funny, isn't it, Peter? They just don't believe us.
There must be some way of proving it one way or the other.
I know. What about the little spaceship hidden in the bush?
Hey, of course. Well, that's it. If that thing's really there, we can't be hypnotized. All we have to do is trot out and have a look.
It's not quite as simple as that. We all promised we wouldn't go away from home without letting our people know. They'd never let us get that far away.
Yeah, and even if we did find the thing, would they believe us? We can't prove it by showing it to anyone without Adam's permission. And we'll never get Adam's permission before he consults the Shoshin.
But if we came back with photos of the thing... Oh, you can't hypnotize a camera, can you? They'd have to believe photographs.
Oh, you'd still be in the spot because then they put pressure on us to make us take them to it.
we'd refuse.
What if your father ordered you to tell?
Oh, yeah, that would be a bit awkward, I suppose.
I see what Peter means. Things are uncomfortable enough as they are. If only we could get in touch with the Socian, she'd tell us what to do.
And how are you going to get in touch with her?
Well, look, I could fly the ship.
Oh, Bernie, don't be silly.
I'm not being silly.
Oh, no.
I was watching Varossa on the way down from Sashunas and asking him about the controls. Don't you remember? He showed
Be
me.
your age! You can't just whiz up to Sashunas.
Hey, wait a bit. What about the radio, though? Adam and Varossa were in touch with Sashunas all the way down on the ship by radio. Why couldn't we get in touch with the Socian by radio, too?
Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe. It still doesn't solve the problem of getting out to the ship without permission. And without breaking our word about going away.
There must be a way. There must be.
There must be a way.
Beg your pardon, dear.
Oh, I just had a phone call from Chisholm, the detective. He's apparently quite convinced that children are still under some hypnotic influence.
Seemed perfectly normal.
Except for this absurd business of, what do they call the place? Soshushness, isn't it? Chisholm calls it brainwashing.
What do you do about it?
Oh, that's the problem. Apparently the thing is to try to raise doubts in their minds about the story. I think once they begin to doubt it themselves, it should start to collapse. The difficulty is to find a place to start. Chink in the armor, so to speak.
The world's leading authority on artificial satellites.
I beg your pardon?
That's how the paper describes Professor Mayer. Remember, he's to address a special assembly of matric science students at the local colleges next week. He arrived from New York this afternoon.
He's the chap. He's actually in town now.
There's an article here in the paper about him.
He's the very chap we need. An international authority who could really find flaws in this satellite setup. Oh, if he'd only be willing to help, he'd be the chap, all right. I'll ring the paper and ask them for his address. Professor Mayer, wasn't it?
And then we came down in this little clearing in the bush about dusk. We found a road and the first truck came along, picked us up and gave us a lift into town. Well, that's the whole story, sir.
Professor Mayer?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was pretty interesting, Peter.
We don't expect you to believe it.
Why not? You believe it, don't you? If you don't expect me to believe it, you sure went to a lot of trouble to make it convincing. And the first thing that occurs to me is the whereabouts of this space machine. You know where it is exactly?
Yes, we know.
So, all you have to do is to reveal its whereabouts to the authorities, and your story is proven right up to the hilt.
We can't do that.
Why not?
We wouldn't mind showing it to anyone if they'd only leave it alone once they've seen it. We know what had happened. They put it under guard or move it away, and Adam and Varossa would be stranded here on Earth.
Yeah, but you said there's a number of these small spacecraft. Now, surely they could send down another for Adam and Varossa if necessary, couldn't they?
I suppose so, but... Well, it wouldn't be right to allow even one to be taken without the Socian's permission. Gee, they haven't got all that many.
Sure. The Socian, huh? Is there no way of making contact with this person?
There is, but... Well, we can't even do that because we'd have to go to the spaceship first to use the radio.
And you're afraid of being followed, right?
That and the fact that if we asked for permission to visit the ship, we'd never get it. At least not unless the police went with us. And we can't break our word, not after what our people went through last time.
Besides, it'd take a full day there and back. We simply couldn't do it.
Yeah, I appreciate your problem. Look, I'll make you a proposition. But first, I want to say what I said when we met. I am not connected with the police in any way. Your father brought me in to try and spot the scientific flaws in your story. Now, I am not responsible to anyone, you understand?
Sure.
I've agreed to help in any way I can because I got a couple of TJ boys of my own back home. And they often get worked up over this space flight business, you know.
What's the proposition, sir?
Well, now, I'm a complete stranger to this part of the world. How would it be if you took me to see this ship, and I gave you my solemn word not to betray any secrets? Oh, and I wouldn't mention this proposition to anyone in the meantime, not even your own people. Let's keep it strictly between the four of us, okay? Then there won't be any well-intentioned leakages.
Okay.
Well, how do we get permission to leave home for a whole day without telling anyone where we're going?
Well, I think you could leave me to arrange that. I guess they'd trust me if I said I was going with you on this expedition.
I think we have to make one condition, sir.
Oh?
If we did take you to the spaceship, you'd have to be blindfolded so you didn't know which way we went.
Is this practical? I mean, if I can't see the ship, I might as well stay in town. And besides, a game of blinds man's buff would look just a little bit conspicuous, wouldn't it?
Oh, no, Professor, we didn't mean that. You could wear glasses painted over with black. And you could take them off as soon as we got into the bush. We just don't want you to know how to get there, that's all.
You sure don't trust anyone, do you?
Well, do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, it's logical. We'd have to start early, won't we?
Oh, yes, sir. Will you arrange with our parents for us to spend the day with you?
I will. And subject to permission being granted, I'll meet you outside my hotel at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Hold it. Hold it, please. Look, can't I take these glasses off now?
I think so. We're a long way from the station now. All right, Peter?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Hey, how much further do we have to go in search of this fabulous machine?
Not far at all, sir.
You still don't believe in our spaceship, do you?
Well, seeing's believing.
That's what I used to think. But the police and everybody else have got us convinced that we are hypnotized and that we imagined everything.
Yeah, well, you know, I think you should face the possibility that that could be an explanation.
Well, we'll see. It's not much further anyway. Bernie, keep a sharp lookout in that direction. Come on. Well, then, we're all hypnotized.
The ship! It's the ship! Look, Professor Mayer! We told you so! It does exist!
Say, what is that thing? What's it doing way out here in the bush?
Professor Mayer, this is it, sir. The spaceship. This is it.
I don't believe it.
Well, seeing's believing.
What price hypnotism now? Come on.
You're not... Say, is this some kind of an elaborate gag?
A gag? How could it be a gag? It's real, look. That's the language of Socinius.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. The only way it could have got here is from above. So it must be able to fly.
It can fly. Come inside, I'll show you the controls. We operate the door from here. Oh, it's quite safe, sir.
Incredible. This is... Well, I never expected this. You know, I never really believed... How does it work? I mean, it's not a helicopter.
Oh, it's a sort of a hovercraft, as far as I can gather. It takes off on a cushion of air, and then jets take over.
I see.
I asked Varossa to explain it when they were showing me the controls, but he didn't know the technical terms in English. Look, I'll show you.
No, please, don't touch anything.
Oh, it's quite all right, sir. Varossa showed me how to operate it. I'll only start the compressed air blower or whatever it is. The ship won't move.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, there's an ignition system. And then the motors.
Now, look here, you shouldn't play with this.
And now the hovering controls.
Turn that thing off! Look what you're doing! Turn it off, please!
Peter! Look, Peter, quickly! You can hardly see for the dust now, but look over there at the edge of the trees near the rocks.
Professor Mayer, well, you tricked us.
Tricked you? I don't understand.
Well, we've been followed.
I give you my word, I know nothing about it. I have not been in touch with the police. I give you my solemn word.
They've seen the ship. They're coming over.
What are we going to do, Peter? Well, we can't let them take the ship without a fight or anything. We can't let Adam down or the social.
They're running now. What can we do?
Bernie, do you think you can take this thing up?
Oh,
No! No!
sorry, but this is your fault. They're cracking, Bernie.
They're practically here. What about you, Peter?
I'll manage.
No! No, you can't do this! You'll kill a lot of us!
Take her out, Bernie! She's rising. She's rising. We've taken it up. We've taken it up.